Well, it's about 90 minutes and counting to the big switch when Channel 10 becomes NBC 10. The question is, are you ready?
Are you ready? I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I've been ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
NBC's Smash lineup is ready for you right here on Channel 10 with hit comedies like Mad About You, starring Paul Reiser and Helen Hunt. You'll also find your other favorite NBC programs such as Seinfeld, ER, and Dateline. NBC. We're as proud as a peacock with the NBC programming for sure. Now, the big switch to NBC 10 means a switch to a new and improved news center. As you can see, we've been busy sprucing up the place with a new flock of NBC peacocks, of course. Something that will not change the Delaware Valley's top news team you've come to depend on. And the exclusive Earth Watch, which gives you the most accurate weather forecast around. So get ready as News Center 10 makes the switch to News 10 NBC. And here's a sneak peek at a vital part of that news commitment, our colorful fleet of News 10 NBC vehicles. They're all decked out and ready for the new era in Philadelphia broadcasting. Be sure to watch for our new vans and trucks, and we'll be all over the breaking stories that happen in your community and all around Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, and beyond. Now here's a live picture from just outside of our studios on City Line Avenue. The bright new NBC 10 sign is poised for its official unveiling, and in a few minutes I'll be reporting live out there during a special inaugural edition of News 10 NBC coming up at 1 a.m. Ken Matz and Renee Chenault will also be along, so stay up with us tonight for a slice of television history as we become NBC 10. And are you still a little confused out there? Well, we've got a phone number set up just for you to answer all of your questions tonight. Call us here at 1-800-WCAU-10. That's 1-800-WCAU-10. That phone call can answer any questions you have about the new shows, the newscasts that you will see right here on Channel 10. And a little bit later on in our newscast, we'll show you that number once again so that you can call us.
This is watching NBC. You're watching Philadelphia's NBC 10. Now, live from the News Center, this is News 10 Premiere Edition.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Renee Chenault.
And I'm Ken Matz, and you are watching History in the Making. Channel 10, a landmark in Philadelphia broadcasting, has just become NBC 10.
That's right. Just seconds ago, ownership of this TV station transferred from CBS to NBC. And the big switch adds a new chapter to the proud history of this station, WCAU-TV. Now, the most important thing to remember, change is good. NBC 10 is here with all your favorite NBC programs and more local news than any other TV station in the greater Philadelphia region.
Now, we have a lot to tell you about on this early Sunday morning, and we're proud as a peacock that you've tuned us in. Let's get right to the festivities now. News 10's Siani Lee is live outside the station here at City and Monument for a very important unveiling. Siani, take it away.
How you doing, Ken? We've got a little bit of a party happening out here on City Line Avenue. And as you mentioned, this is certainly an historical moment for all of us here at Channel 10, because for over 40 years, right here on City Line Avenue, we have seen this building stand here with Channel 10, WCAU, associated with CBS. But of course, tonight is a big change for us here. Change is good, as you mentioned. So without further ado, it is my honor to unveil the new NBC 10 for you here. How about that, folks? It is now official. We are, of course, now NBC 10, and that means a lot of exciting things happening in programming and news. Now I'm going to throw it over to the other side of the building here as we raise the flag here at Channel 10 as we become the new NBC 10. There it is. Herb Dannenberg and Bernie Tolino are doing the honors for us tonight. Two longtime Channel 10 employees. They've been here for over 20 years. So as you can imagine, this is a very, very special moment for them as we raise the flag high over our home here on City Line Avenue. Isn't that great? Flying high. Not much wind today, but that's all right. The new NBC 10 flag. And of course, we don't want you to forget about all the great NBC network programming that's coming our way. And to help us show you that, SEPTA has brought along these two beautiful buses here on Monument Road. Take a look at this to let you know about our new Thursday night lineup in primetime TV. Thursday night, of course, big night for Seinfeld here, as you can see with all his cast there. At 9 o'clock Thursday night, Also on Thursday nights at 8 o'clock, Friends. Don't miss it. It's all happening right here on the new NBC 10. We've got Jay Leno, we've got Mad About You, all that stuff. And of course, later on in this whole special edition of NBC 10, we're going to tell you about all those changes coming your way. Back to you in the studio, Ken and Renee.
How about that? We're on the same station as Seinfeld and Kramer. Thanks a lot, Siani.
Hey, it doesn't get much better. Well, now that the big switch has happened, you might be wondering how it will affect your TV viewing. Well, not to worry. Sit back, relax, because here's a look at what it all means.
The switch.
Can't be done.
They try to confuse you on purpose.
So many choices, so much confusion. Where do you find your favorite shows?
Oh, God!
Calm down, we can explain everything. You've been hearing about the switch for more than a year now. Just minutes ago, it finally happened.
You're watching NBC.
CBS, which used to own this television station, formed a partnership with Westinghouse. They own KYW Channel 3. So now CBS programming is going to Channel 3. And the NBC network bought us, so now we become NBC 10. The switch no doubt will affect the way you watch television. So it took a while, but at last the deed is done.
31 seconds, and we're going for auto sequence start.
Now we launch into the new TV season. So let's get down to basics. Who's got the news? The sports? Where are your friends? Jerry, ER, The Prince, Iron J and the Dancing Itos? And what about the new fall shows?
Let me tell it.
No, you can't tell her.
You always tell it.
All right, tell her.
You just tell it.
I'll tell it. All the NBC shows, including primetime comedies and dramas, will be right here on NBC 10. So will NBC daytime programming, the Today and Tonight shows. So if you're looking for primetime hits, the best news coverage, and spectacular sports, just turn to NBC 10. Hey, it's not as complicated as it seems. And you know that old saying, don't have a bird? This time, have one.
You're watching NBC.
Have a bird. Okay, Ken, you got it, right?
I got it. NBC programs are now on NBC 10. And a lot of those programs have a Philly connection. News 10's Connie Cola tells us all about it coming up later on this premiere edition of News 10. And right now, let's tell you more about News 10. We will still be here, bringing you local, national, and international news just as we have in years past. Only there's going to be a whole lot more news for you to watch. News 10's Arthur Fennell is in the News Center with a look at our expanded newscast schedule. Good morning, Art.
Good morning, Ken and Renee. And, you know, when you talk about local news, News 10 will lead the pack. We'll be bringing you more newscasts than any other television station here in the Delaware Valley. In other words, and simply put, News 10 is everywhere. Take a look.
Philadelphia, the birthplace of liberty, rich with history and leadership. This is our home, NBC 10.
I'm Renee.
The only place you'll find America's #1 network and Philadelphia's News 10. With Ken Matz, Renee Chenault, Tom Brokaw, and Chopper 10. News 10 with Tracy Davidson, John Valeris, Katie Couric, and Earthwatch, your most accurate weather forecast. Philadelphia's News 10, the only place you'll find Arthur Fennell, Connie Cola, Matt Lauer, Hurricane Schwartz, and Health Watch with Sherry Bank. News 10 with Vi Sikahema, Jane Pauley, Steve Levy, Stone Phillips, and Consumer Watch with Orion Reed. People you trust, bringing more news to Philadelphia more often, serving Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware. You're watching Philadelphia's NBC News 10.
You're watching Philadelphia's NBC 10. Now, live from the News Center, this is News 10 Premiere Edition.
Amazing. Today, here at NBC 10, we are celebrating a birthday 25 years ago. We became NBC 10. It was called The Big Switch.
Yeah, and there's no better way to celebrate than with family and friends, right? So I got the chance to hang out with some NBC 10 legends to not only take a trip down memory lane, but to hear how this television station has made lasting impacts in their lives. Take us back to 1995.
Scary, very scary.
We were horrified.
In September 1995, this group went through a major change. These WCAU legends were part of our big switch from CBS to NBC.
Many of us were thrilled to be working for the Tiffany network of Walter Cronkite and Edward R. Murrow.
If the perception was, well, you were the CBS guys, and I'm going to bring my guys in, you're all out.
Steve Dorr was never going to let us all go.
My fear was I wasn't going to be around to make that decision because, you know.
Steve Dorr was WCAU's news director back in 1995. His job? Prepare the station for the transformation.
You guys recall CBS and NBC didn't get along all that well. So there was a lot of conflict, and, you know, kind of behind the scenes as a manager, I really felt the tension and the stress. You're trying to be cool with the team and make sure everybody knows things are going to be okay, when on the second floor people are throwing staplers at each other.
While there may have been drama behind closed doors, the preparation continued. It was out with the old sign and in with a brand new one. But for a while, NBC 10 didn't have an identity.
We were like generic news.
Luann just reminded me of this. This used to be the old Mike flag, and she had the next Mike flag, right? And but in between, there was this no network.
But then it happened. September 10th, 1995. NBC 10 News was born.
This is News 10 Premier Edition.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Renee Chenault.
And I'm Ken Matz, and you are watching History in the Making.
We ran Saturday Night Live from 11:30 to 1, after which we decided we were going to show them who we are and do a newscast. And Siani Lee was outside, and she ripped off the cover of the new logo.
The new NBC 10.
And that was sort of the moment of that was the big reveal.
We were able to do a better job because of NBC.
But we got Seinfeld.
ER followed Seinfeld, and
Yes.
I think Friends was on at 8.
Friends was at 8.
On Thursday night.
Let's show you the latest radar.
The switch also led to another premiere on NBC 10.
It was that switch that got me to Philly, because when you got to NBC, they expanded it, and then they needed somebody to do the weather in weekend mornings.
And you could say station promos for the newest meteorologist had worlds collide.
Hot enough for you?
Look at the people on this call, right? Everybody here, you know, is a legacy broadcaster.
And that legacy they've left here since the switch lives on today in every NBC 10 newscast.
I appreciate every one of you, and every time I see your faces, it makes me feel good.
Because they're not just former co-workers or friends, they're NBC 10 family, 25 years and counting.
There are several of us who get together every few weeks to spit and tell lies. And we have lunch, and so far, Baldini and Terry have picked up several checks. Vi does not pick up the check real often.
I think NBC was the best thing that ever happened to all of us.
I got to tell you, that was such a great time speaking with that group. The stories that they could tell, I mean, that could go on and on and on, but what really stood out is the bonds that they have created. They've continued to grow, and it all centers around NBC 10.
You know, I was fortunate to go to a couple of those lunches. It's amazing to see some of the archive of videos there. They're legendary storytellers, so the stories they tell at the table are incredible, but this has been awesome to celebrate the legacy of NBC 10 now, 25 years later. That was a great piece, Aaron. All right, we're not done yet. Starting Sunday night on NBC 10 News at 11 o'clock and continuing all next week, we'll showcase some of the most memorable stories and TV shows you've seen on NBC 10 over the last 25 years.
You're watching Philadelphia's NBC 10. Now, live from the News Center, this is News 10 Premier Edition.
NBC 10 turns 25 years old this month, and we are celebrating. Way back in 1995, it was dubbed The Big Switch. NBC 10 reporter Tim Furlong
takes us down memory lane to explain.
Was it like literally a switch? Well, yes and no. At 1 a.m. on September 10th, 1995,
this is
CBS 10 became NBC 10.
You're watching NBC.
Former NBC 10 producer Bill Shull wrote the book, or at least a book, on the history of Philly TV and has a whole section about the big switch.
For a lot of people, they remember WCAU for people like Walter Cronkite, for John Facenda, for that big CBSI that was next to the 10 on the building on City Line Avenue.
Long story short, when Fox got the rights to the NFL, the TV world went bonkers, and NBC announced they were going to buy Channel 10 so they could have a station in the big Philly TV market.
Hold on to your hat, they're selling us.
Steve Dorr was the news director at Channel 10 in 1994 when the plan was unveiled, and he was in charge of the huge fanfare and cheesy promos leading up to the switch. Cool. But make no mistake, this was to be a very good thing for Channel 10.
You know, those were in the days when NBC was at its absolute peak. It was Seinfeld, and it was Cheers, and it was, you know, must-see TV and ER.
The switch was a bit weird for everyone at Channel 10, same deal for everyone at Channel 3.
So that day when people woke up, where were they going to find the Today Show? On the following Sunday, where were they going to find 60 Minutes? I mean, really, where were they going to find Pat Shiraki?
Channel 10 still had the Randall Cunningham Show.
We're still right here on NBC 10.
We still had Big Al Meltzer and Vi and Ron Burke, but we got the Today Show, Tom Brokaw, and some serious primetime hits.
Channel 10 is now NBC 10.
Frasier, Seinfeld, Friends, ER, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. These were huge gets for Channel 10. And on September 9th, 1995, hours before the switch, Channel 10 got a whole bunch of new signage. The I logo came off the lawn. A big NBC sign took its place. The newsroom got a new look, and so did our entire fleet of news vehicles.
And the whole place was color. It was peacocks on everything.
And with the switch at 1 a.m. on September 10th, NBC 10 debuted a bunch of new newscasts.
NBC 10 for you here. How about that, folks? It is
the late Siani Lee sort of emceed our on-air coverage of the switch. Off-air, there was also a lot of work being done.
I think our tagline was, Channel 10 is now NBC 10. And we ran it and ran it and ran it.
We don't produce our news on City Ave anymore. NBC 10 and our teammates at Telemundo 62 are now in Center City. And yep, all these years later, some people still ask us, hey, aren't you CBS? They certainly can't believe it's now been 25 years since the switch. We are glad we got the Peacock.
The celebration the night that we had the big party when we switched over, it was a good feeling to see that Peacock.
Sunday, Channel 10 is changing to NBC 10. Pass it on.
I'm Tim Furlong, NBC 10. Yes, NBC 10 News.
This is...
At 1 a.m. on September 10th, 1995, CBS 10 became NBC 10.
NBC.
You can now watch Dateline NBC right here on NBC 10. Pass it on.
And let's just say the CBS-NBC swap confused the heck out of people. Longtime Channel 10 reporter Luann Kahn's face says it all. It was confusing.
It was a hard concept for people to get, you know?
Don't miss one dramatic moment of your favorite soaps.
Channel 10 spent months educating loyal viewers. It kind of didn't work. Photojournalist Pete Kane just retired from Channel 10 after 47 years. He remembers the switch.
Out in the street, they would say, are you Channel 3 or are you Channel 10? And being NBC, they thought we were the other station.
WCAU was an original CBS station, and now all of a sudden, after decades, the eye came down off our City Ave studios, and suddenly there were peacocks everywhere, in the newsroom, on the building, and all over our fleet of news vehicles.
Channel 10 is now NBC 10.
We had the casts of NBC's many hit shows doing promos advertising the switch, and the late Siani Lee led our on-air coverage of the switch.
It is now official. We are, of course, now NBC 10.
We desperately try to convince everyone at home it's still your favorite news team. It's just different shows and logos. Viewers struggled with it.
Or CBS or what were you?
Even our own employees had trouble.
And when this happens, the question is, who are you? Now, who are you again? What are you? Who were you yesterday and who are you now?
Folks at Channel 3 had similar struggles. Some viewers just couldn't grasp it.
It took a long time, and I think in a lot of cases, it still conflicts viewers because they have grown up in this area.
Both stations took out ads about the switch and set up hotlines for viewers to call with questions. Both stations had just gotten websites, but nobody was really using them for this kind of information at that point in time. I started working at Channel 10 in 2005, and even to this day, I sometimes have people that say, "So you're with CBS, right?" I'm like, dude, there's a peacock like literally on my shirt. There's peacocks all over the vehicle that I drive. I'm with NBC. Then I calm down and say, okay, they have Yuki, NBC 10, we have Hurricane Schwartz. That generally does the trick.
It doesn't even seem possible that it was 25 years ago that happened.
Yep, this month we celebrate the 25th anniversary of the switch. And we are proud as a peacock that we are on Team NBC. I'm Tim Furlong, NBC 10 News. Yep, NBC 10 News. Got it?
NBC.
NBC.
Good.
We are definitely proud to be part of the NBC 10 family and happy that you have been with us throughout all the years as well. It's great to see those old faces, too, of course. People that Aaron and I grew up watching, Tim Furlong and I grew up watching. Our celebration of Since the Switch, 25 years of NBC 10, continues tomorrow morning on NBC 10 News Today. I go back and look at some of the most memorable stories that we've covered over the last quarter century. Some huge stories, Aaron.
Ooh, that's going to be good, and we remember them, I'm sure.